Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you already know that's what we get. Big boy Brady. You already know that's what we get into. How we gonna start this song? I forgot we did this for so long. I forgot the intro. Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? You already know who it is. It's me, Tev D, and this is the Ill Perspective Podcast. I'm over here with my boy PJ. PJ, what's up?
What's good with you, bro?
Yeah, you thought I forgot it. Yeah. It ain't on me, it's in me. I'm anointed. You feel me? I can't forget the intro. But yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. I know you saw the Super Bowl. We ain't even gotta ask what you feel, how you feel about it.
It was a good game up until the first or second possession in the second half. Then it got kind of out of hand. But up until that point, it was a good game. So Brady, he just know how to win big games. I think he's just, I don't know. That's a skill. It's not nobody can coach. So you got to tip your hat to him. You don't ever bet against him for sure.
For sure.
Definitely don't.
Man. It's a lot, though. It's a lot that go into it, though. Because in the beginning of the year, well, if you take it back, Brady left his team he been with for 20 years, the Patriots, and that was a battle between the head coach and the starting quarterback. They ain't. It was a lot of people that was saying it was more Belichick was responsible for the success of the Patriots. What you think about that?
I don't know. I think players play the game and coaches coach. Like, I don't think you can have one without the other, because I think Bruce Arians is a great coach, and I think Tampa Bay also had a pretty good coaching staff in whole. So I think you have to have both, and Belichick just proved that you can't just win with great coaching. You gotta have some great players out there. So Tom Brady is one of those players that you would like to have on your team. So he does a great job with great coaching and a great staff and a great offensive line and great receivers and a great defense. Like, it's a great team. So I think Tom Brady proved he's still legit though. He's still somebody that's at the top of their game, and he's definitely not ready to pass that torch yet. So I think you still gotta respect him. I don't think you can hold that New England shadow over him no more.
Nah, you definitely can't. I mean, if you ask me, I'm going 75-25.
Coaching it.
Brady at this point over coaching. Because the reason I say that is because the Patriots didn't make it to the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much had the same receiving core. They lost a lot of people. I give them that. But Tom Brady still managed to win 10 games with the Patriots last year. And this year they didn't even make the playoffs. And I don't think Cam, he ain't the same as far as his performance this year, but he ain't no scrub either. So Tom Brady had a lot to do with that success. And I think the problem was Belichick never gave him that credit over these years. Like, over 20 years, he ain't never was like Tom Brady, was out here doing his thing. The other part to that is Tom Brady, he brings energy, and he lets people feel like they can win. And that's not an easy thing to do. Like, it's the same like LeBron, like going in the NBA, he gonna go on the team, he gonna pick up a few pieces, and it's like, let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think Tom Brady did that. and they started off this season slow, but they about seven or they had a I think they had a bye week in like 7 or 8 or something like that.
I think they was.
It was a little later, probably
Yeah, they was one of the
like
last.
10 or
Yeah,
something.
they
Like
was
it
like
was,
one of the last teams to take a
but it
bye
was
week.
like towards the end of the year. After that bye week, though, they
Won
caught
every
their
game.
fire. They started getting their rhythm. By the time it was the playoffs, it was over.
And they didn't really have like a training camp and stuff. So
Oh yeah.
you gotta give your chance to I guess
In a new
build that
offense,
chemistry. Yeah,
everything.
like everything was primarily new. So I think it does count a lot that he did this in the first year. The way that this year has been, everybody dealt with the same thing, so it wasn't no advantage or disadvantage, but he actually handled it pretty well and he looked like the usual Tom Brady. So he definitely gets a lot of credit, man. So we just got to see how Belichick responds
Yeah,
in these next upcoming years. If he can win one now, is can he win one without Tom? So we just gotta wait and see
it's
for that.
it ain't looking good for him though. I'm just say that like they not in a good position. I ain't gonna say he won't ever, cause he got more chances to do it after Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady got at least at the he want to go till he 45. So he
Exactly.
got like 3 years. Like you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying. So
yeah, 2 or 3, something like that.
yeah. So like I mean like and it ain't that they won. It's the way that they won. They beat the Saints. Well, they beat Washington, but then they beat the Saints and then the Packers. Like them, and then the Chiefs. Them three of the top. Like you know what I'm saying, scoring teams in the league. Like and they got pretty good
And
defenses too.
three of the top quarterbacks too. So he
Oh yeah,
definitely, he definitely, he earned his right
yeah.
to be called whatever you want to call him at this point. You want
The
to call him the GOAT,
goats.
you want to call him the greatest of all time, you want to call him the best at whatever. He's earned that right to be in that conversation. So
7 rings,
yeah, that's pretty dope.
crazy. But the game itself, the Super Bowl game itself was like you said, I agree with you. It was a good game up till like the second half, third
Yeah,
quarter, somewhere around there when they start taking off. Um, I mean, it was just surprising that Mahomes and the Chiefs couldn't get a touchdown. Like,
right.
so that like we got to also give
Defense.
credit to Todd Boyles and his defense because what that game plan, the Chiefs to me did not look prepared at all. Like I feel like what I feel like is they felt like they can do the same thing they did in week whatever that was when they played them before and blew them out.
That was right before the back.
And then I feel like they wanted to rely too much on the magic of Mahomes.
That was the last game they lost.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that was right
and
before
they
that bye
was
week.
bad too.
Yeah. So it's crazy how it works in football. You get your rematch sometimes later on down the line. They definitely got revenge, and it was at home in the Super Bowl. That never happened. It was almost like a movie
Yeah,
type of storyline to the whole equation. I think I don't know. I think it was one of the best Super Bowl stories so far in history. It's one of the good ones. So it was just dope to witness it.
yeah, yeah. Nah, for sure. Like I mean, I don't think we gonna see this in a while. The person that we see having the most chance is Mahomes. I don't. I mean, the closest chance, the best chance of like even being in the conversation. Because right now, in my eyes, Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of people saying like it's football ain't really a GOAT. It's a GOAT. It's unfair that the quarterback get an unfair advantage because he's the quarterback, pretty much the driving force of any team. But he's the GOAT because in my eyes, he's been the consistent player for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, to me, it's like you got to give it to him at this point. Like it really shouldn't be a question. But the person I see coming next is Mahomes with his skill. But it's going to be a hard feat to accomplish to even try. To even get in that conversation.
Yeah, he ain't make it easy, which that's what you want to do.
and he's still going.
Facts.
His numbers when he retired gonna be crazy, boy.
Yeah, he ain't make it easy for nobody. So he gonna have that title for a while.
I don't think a lot of people really know, like, like when you go into the record books, when you start seeing his numbers, it's gonna look crazy. It's gonna look ridiculous. Like it's gonna be like when uh what's his name, Celtics big man, what's his name, got 11 rings. Bill Russell. It's like when Bill Russell when his rings. It's like we kind
Yeah,
of
it's a
like
high number.
yeah, we kind of like dismiss it because we didn't really see it. Like, the real basketball people don't, but like casual fans kind of dismiss it because they don't see it. And it's like that type of thing. Like
Hmm.
seven Super Bowls wins and 10, like going to 10 of them is like crazy in football.
Yeah, and be able to witness them all definitely is crazy. Man, it's definitely one of the best careers like sports wise. So
Bro.
like I said,
In all
he
sports.
earned his titles. You really can't. I don't know. You can't address him no other way. It'd be hating now.
Right.
Now you super hating.
Right. Right. Well, before we go too far in the conversation, I want everybody after this to go to tevdesigns.com. Go to tevdesigns.com. We got merch from Rejected Weirdos, PJ, and your boy, Tev. So go to Tev Designs. We got art. You can schedule an appointment to get any graphic designs needs. So go to tevdesigns.com. Anything you want to say on that? All right. We're going to continue the conversation. We ain't been here since New Year's. So we're going to do a quick New Year. You got any New Year's resolutions?
None more than the usual, man. Just go harder, work smarter, and make every decision count. Basically,
Oh, yeah. I do. you go, I got some. I think I got goals. Do you do you I don't know how can I ask this? Do you think people I ain't gonna say should, or do you think it's like corny to have New Year's resolutions?
not really. I mean, you could look at it that way, but not really. If you really taking it serious, then it's not really corny
Yeah, cause I
because it
mean,
really could change some situations. Like your life can change. So
yeah, cause I like some people, we got the little joke New Year, new me type of thing.
yeah,
But I ain't mad at anybody that uses the New Year as a benchmark to set goals or um, make changes in their life. Like I ain't mad. I think I think a lot of people kind of like find that they think it's like cool to not say like, nah, I just it's a new day to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't mad at like New Year's resolution.
yeah. I mean, it's just whatever your approach is, whatever worked for you. Basically, like
Right.
it really shouldn't be nothing that's considered a majority type of thing. It's whatever you need, whatever you use. So if you use the New Year's resolutions, I mean, all that's meaning is that every 12 months you trying to progress in whatever way.
Right.
So if it's working for you and that method is showing progress, then use it. But if it's not, then don't use it. Like just treat it like it's any other type of situation or any other day.
Right.
So it's just I don't know. I guess it's personality based. I know everything isn't for everybody, so it's whatever you I don't know whatever you can use to help motivate you or help get whatever goal that you want you trying to achieve accomplished pretty much.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I got some New Year's goals. You know, it like you said, it's kind of the usual stuff. You want to be healthier. You want to be smarter. You want to be a better parent, better husband, stuff like that. I got business goals as well. So I think it's great that people find like a new way of like making changes or a different way or just uh finding ways to make themselves better. Like you know what I'm saying. So one thing that happened since the New Year's was the presidential inauguration of Joe Biden. Did you see it? Because I didn't see it.
I watched it. I watched a little bit of it. I was working, but I watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
You got some highlights that you probably want to talk about or seen.
I just think it was. I'm just overall surprised that Biden won. I honestly thought Trump was gonna win, so I was just surprised just to be watching him.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, and of course, seeing that we have the first black female VP in the House, that was kind of dope. And then to see Obama and Barack and Michelle show up, and her outfit was amazing. So that was one of the
Mm-hmm.
best highlights
Yeah.
of the whole thing. I just like the way they dressed and how they looked. Um, Other than that, I didn't really get to see a whole lot of it, like see or get really to watch the whole type of ceremony.
Yeah, you know what it is a whole 360 of what we had to deal with for the last 4 years. Like when you see like Michelle in her outfit, first of all, it's classy and it shows you like you ain't gotta like dress a certain way to get attention because the whole internet was on her. Like
Mm-hmm.
just highlighting the outfit, and they came out classy, and it's like a whole 360 of what like what we've been dealing with Trump. But on the other end, like you said, having the representation of a woman being a leader and her being black is like the icing, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was
But
pretty dope.
but the real thing about it is it don't seem like it was a gimme. Like she actually is qualified and really she got the resume to you know be in that job. So I commend her. And then you realize how much we need representation. When you finally get it, you like, oh, we've been missing this. Like I it feel good. Like I feel good to see that for my daughters. Like you know what I'm saying. They can see that it's something higher that they can achieve. Like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and the superheroes out here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Anybody
real
can
life.
be one. Anybody can be one. You can attain any type of goal if you set your mind to it. So it's super dope just watching those type of I don't know, those type of levels be touched.
Hmm.
Kind of sort of. That's kind of where I felt just watching it for the little bit of time I was able to watch it. And it was dope, man. I think it was surprising. It was surprising. So like you said, hopefully these next 4 years or 4 to 8 years, because he can win the second
Hmm.
term. Hopefully they are a little more promising, a little more up and coming than the last four, a little
Right.
less turmoil and certain decisions getting handled differently, and hopefully certain things, um, not really deceased, but just calm down. We see less of. So
Yeah.
police brutality being that type of thing, and um, just certain things that make people treat certain people from a different culture a certain way. Hopefully those things calm down, and we make a different direction and take a different road.
Look, the Democrats control pretty much the House and the Senate at this point. So and the tiebreaker is Kamala when it comes to like if there's a tie. So I mean it's an opportunity to get real change. If nothing changes within these 4 years, then we know they not trying to change it. Like you know what I'm saying? It's already a systematic thing to keep us suppressed. So I mean right now it feels like the best opportunity for black people to make a change, which kind of bring me to Black History Month. You doing anything different or?
Not really. I've always been. I was raised. My mom was real big on this,
Mm-hmm.
so I was raised in like knowing my culture, history, background, and knowing like how to carry myself as a young African American male.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty much use the same principles I've always done. I don't really celebrate uh, Black History Month like make it a big thing like a party, but I do pay extra attention and maybe learn something different that I didn't know because there's so much stuff that you can learn even if you learn about it every day. It's still like new stuff you can always learn about Black History Month. So our culture is just real deep and goes in depth. So I don't know. I think I just always been mindful and paid attention and know what's going on, and I'm always pro black. I'm always supporting black businesses. I'm always for helping each other out. Not just because you black, but also because it's the right thing to do when it's
Right.
other talented people or other people who you are around who have the same skills or abilities, and
Right.
just being able to work together. So I've always been with that. So I definitely show some little extra love this month and make sure you actually do support during this time of a pandemic and everything that people's going through. So, um, but it's just the usual.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I might cut in line or two. So
Cutting the line.
cut a
Show
line.
up late.
Yeah, yeah.
Show up
Show up
2 hours late.
late.
Boy, show up 2 hours late for work this week
Yeah.
though.
Two times this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just go show up late. Like,
Man,
what y'all gonna do?
we definitely should like get new holiday treatment
Right.
rules. Like shit, we get a 2 hour delay for Black History Month, bro. Everybody show up 2 hours late.
Right. The
Nah,
most
so that
thing
is
the most thing I try to do though is I try to like get more educated on some of the things that we might have missed growing up because they don't like to teach us everything in
right.
them textbooks. So yeah, I'm gonna try to just educate myself, and maybe it can give me new ideas, new things. Another thing, like you said, is supporting black business. That's always a good thing to do all year round. But it's good to pay extra attention to some of the black businesses that you might see in your neighborhood, not just clothing or you can go to a hair salon, you can go to a mechanic that's black owned or a
Food.
graphic design or food, yeah. So that's always good. Um, you can go to tevdesigns.com. That's black owned. So
Fact.
uh, on the 10th, we're gonna drop new merch. Be looking out for it at 12 o'clock on February 10th. New merch is gonna drop. So be looking out for it. But yeah, Black History Month is the greatest month in the year.
The shortest month too.
Yeah, I actually I think
Even
I
with the
learned.
extra day though.
Yeah, I think I actually learned why it was February. I think I'm a probably come next week to
Yeah.
get it more specific. But it is about like somebody who the person who was like advocating for a month actually had a week that was in February. Like Black History was supposed to be like a week, but then he got it to a month. So that happened to be February, and his favorite 2 or 3 people. See, I'm gonna get the real information next week. Like, but they actually was born in February as well, so that's why it's February. Like, and I I was like you, like I was kind of like, why I got to be February, the shortest month of the
Nah,
year, but
I'm
it's
just
actually a reason behind it, and I'm gonna get all the information and probably try to
yeah. I just know that's a joke that
yeah.
we like to say. So it's
Nah, it's something to think about
it's
though.
true
Like it
though.
ain't,
It's really
yeah,
true. It is the shortest month,
yeah. It
even
ain't
with
like
the
it's
day that
out of
comes every
nowhere.
4 years. It's still the shortest month.
Yeah,
So
man, where did I get that information from? I'm gonna look it up, but I'm gonna really get the real spiel on the info.
right.
Um, Another thing that happened. What else? What else? What else? What else? Um, oh yeah, February has been bad as far as the weather. It ain't giving us a break.
Yeah, this Cincinnati for you though. That's just how it works.
Man, it's been snow everywhere. We had 10 inches today, but I ain't the weatherman. That's gonna lead that to what's his name?
I don't know his name right
Yo,
now. What are you talking about? I don't know his
shoot,
name.
what's his name?
What channel?
Nah, it ain't a channel. It's a rapper. He be doing the weather report. Dang, what's his name? That
Oh,
Jim Jones. Yeah, Jim Jones. You'll never see his weather
nah,
reports.
I'll never do it.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's
It be
funny,
on
bro. He actually,
social media,
yeah, social
Instagram.
media. Yeah, he actually got he got a revolt deal. Like, so he'll appear on there like 6 minutes, give a weather report.
He
Like,
funny.
bro, funny.
He look like he say the weather like in a funny way.
He look like he said the weather in a funny way.
Yeah, like
What he do though?
street dude telling you the weather though.
It's actually genius. Like him, like Jim Jones is a person. Like if you ever follow Jim Jones' career and just knowing like some of the stuff that he doing and just brought up, he actually a genius with like the creative stuff, the business stuff. But what was I about to say? One of the oh yeah, you want to talk a little NBA or you want to help the creators out? What we want to do? Creators. All right, I'm gonna pose a question. It's for all the creators, especially the ones in Cincinnati. My question is, what is one of the biggest needs that the creators need in this city? And what's something that they need that they either don't know that they got or they just lack?
I think a good workspace, a good open workspace for people to actually feel comfortable creating and bringing ideas to life. I think that's a big deal. And I think sometimes you have to get outside of your living area. Like you have to be outside of home sometimes to create something.
Right,
Working from home is cool, but I think to be able to do certain things, you need to be in certain environments. So I think having a creating type of environment is a big need. That's with anything. That's for art. That's for music. That's for anything. Anything that helps a creator create or artist being who they are. So I think that is one of the biggest things. I think if you have more of that, you probably have more people. It's kind of like having a gym, and then you're gonna have more people want to get in
yeah,
shape.
right,
So I think you bring out more artists by having an area or an environment for them to actually come and create.
right. Nah, that's a good one actually. It ain't a lot in this city where people can be like, let's go here and just make some stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Create
Right.
some stuff. Let's record some stuff. Like, that's actually that's one of the biggest things is just access to to a space. Um, One thing that I would say is education,
Mm.
like on how to actually build a business. Like a lot of us, like the black creators, we like that education on because it's a lot of creative people, but what they don't got is the business acumen to like actually make money from their business or they creative. So they lack like and that's one of the things that I find is is hard for creators that education, not the formal education like going to school and going to college. I'm talking about the education of how do I make money from a podcast, or how do I make money from my art, or YouTube, or my Instagram page, like that's getting 1,000 views, like you know what I'm saying. So I think education, that's one of the big things that the creators in this city need. Um, I know the internet is worldwide, but do you think that a person still has a disadvantage can have a disadvantage because of the city that they in. Do you think?
I mean, it all depends on what you view as a disadvantage. I mean, it's going to be advantages and disadvantages to every city, of course. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they change with your city that you're in. So
Right.
you're gonna have a certain disadvantage here, then you're gonna have a different disadvantage somewhere else.
Hmm.
Like somewhere else that you're not from, that you're not born from, that's a different type of disadvantage. Now you may have more resources or more opportunities, but you're not from there, so you're gonna be lost in some type of form or fashion either way it goes. So I think it's all about what type of disadvantages do you handle well. So you got to put
Mm-hmm.
yourself in the right situation to handle a certain type of disadvantage. So if you not having enough resources is too big of a disadvantage for you, then put yourself in a different one. And but you can't look at it like, oh, I'm not gonna have no disadvantages nowhere.
Hmm.
That's almost, I don't know. That's not realistic. So I don't know. I think you just gotta realize which disadvantages that you can, I guess, navigate around easier, and then go from
Right.
there. Like just don't worry about not having none though. That's you
Well,
kidding yourself. So
nah. The reason I ask is because like when I listen to like other media outlets, other podcasts, or they kind of like, especially when the podcast stirs or the hosts are in a different city,
mm-hmm.
they kind of disregard or uh, they kind of look over that the fact that being in a bigger city can help. Now, I ain't saying you gonna make it just because you go to a bigger city, but it ain't the same type of access just because we got the internet.
Right.
Like, cause I can post something on the internet, and if even if it's good, if you not like if you don't have certain people that's looking at it that can share it, like if your core ain't looking at it, or if your core ain't big enough to kind of spread, then it'll be harder than somebody who's maybe from a bigger city or that can get access to more different type of resources
Right.
that somebody in like Cincinnati or just like a Dayton or something don't got. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You would just have to find a way to, you know, create those eyes that you need. Like they don't have to move around or do nothing because they're in a big
Mm-hmm.
enough city. So you probably got to do more moving around than they will have to do. Like you just gotta find a way to I don't know, create the gap, close the gap. I mean, like it's a solution to every problem. So got a different advantage. You just find a way to try to have the same type of advantage, same type of shape or form. Eventually, you I don't know. Eventually, got some comments on that.
Let's see what you say. Do y'all think that because of the internet there's there's a that your city can have a disadvantage based on or in reference to other cities, like just say
Whoa.
I got no comments yet, but yeah, I think it is it. Well, it can be, and also it's pros and cons to everything, right? So it also can be a disadvantage to be in a big city if you don't know how to gather attention. Like because that's the main part, and that's a hard part too. Is just gaining attention in the area, and I mean, you got to be brave enough to get attention first. Like you gotta, because a lot of people just are held back by their own fear that they might not look cool or they might look corny or lame. But being in a big city, being in the city is a lot of people doing what you're doing. So you got to make sure that you find a way to stick out no matter where you at. That's another part too. Just making sure you're what are you doing different than the next person that's doing what you do? Like what makes you different or special by doing what you do?
Facts. I agree with that.
All right. We gonna end it off with a little bit of sports. We talked about the Super Bowl, but just real quick, what you seeing in the NBA that's kind of caught your eye, or got your attention?
We got Brooklyn suiting up to go against any team from the West. Um, but it's not gonna be as sweet to come out the East. I don't think this year is gonna be a little bit tougher. So I'm definitely keep my eye on that. Then I also don't believe that it's gonna be a cakewalk in the West either. I think it's some tough teams in the West, and a couple teams have switched around. Others are still primarily the same from last year. So I think it's gonna be very competitive. I think it's gonna be very competitive this year in the playoffs, and whoever wins the championship this year is definitely gonna have to dig deep for 6, maybe 7 games,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 2, maybe 3 times. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the big games. Other than that, man, it's just watching Kevin Durant come back, watching Kyrie and Harden play on the same team, and watching the Lakers gain more chemistry together. So um, I don't know. It's pretty much it's been good basketball so far.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, the East is probably right now at this point better than the West, and that's not always the case. They, Milwaukee's still over there. The Sixers are playing. They playing better, and it feel like Embiid really now he's starting to mature and being that player that people want him to be. Like he actually in the MVP conversations. But on the West, they got Jokic who playing crazy to me. Like he had like 50 points the other day or something like that. And he one of them ones that's he gonna mess around. I said this the other day. He gonna mess around and get a ring, sneak a ring, like Dirk did. Mess around, get a ring, get some pieces on his team. And he gonna sneak one in between, somebody's ring. I don't know who it is, but he might sneak one in. But
I can see that.
he the they going off over there, and uh right now Mellow Ball he lead in the rookies right now.
Yeah,
Right now I don't know if he gonna keep it up maybe, but the way he looking pretty nice. So uh I mean that's pretty much all I got on my basketball takes right now.
yeah, I agree. I think if Lamelo stays pretty healthy, I think he finished out the season just halfway decent. I think he's gonna, especially if they make the playoffs, he's definitely gonna be rookie of the year.
Right, right. Um, hey man, I think that's everything. I think that's the show for real. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's see. You got any music that you want to highlight or talk about?
Nah, I really it's not been a lot of music out that I was really too much into. We can wait on the music.
Cardi B dropped that up.
I heard that. Yeah,
That record hard,
you
man.
like that?
Cardi B don't miss, man.
Yeah, she knows how to stay on. Like she's making. She at that point to where you could tell when the artists get to that point to where they kind of autopiloting out to where they
Yeah.
making song after song and they don't find a way to stay relevant.
Drake's supposed to drop. He pushed his back. A lot of J Cole fans thought he was gonna drop. He just dropped some shoes. But we waiting for the. I think it's gonna be a bunch of people dropping back to back to back. Like
Yeah,
I think
that's what I'm
all
waiting
the.
on.
I'm talking
I'm waiting
about
on
the
that.
big names.
That's what I'm
Like
talking about. Yeah, I'm
yeah, the
waiting
big
on.
names they're
Yeah,
gonna drop, and it's gonna be back to back to back. I think a lot of people they miss. They ain't, honestly they ain't got no choice. Like they missed the whole year basically because of the pandemic. They couldn't tour. They couldn't do nothing. I think they warming up. They getting ready for the summer, making sure they crossing their T's, dotting their I's, you know, and getting their P's and Q's together. And they
the
go,
alphabet, the whole
yeah, hey,
alphabet.
look, you feel me? Then they gonna drop. I think we're gonna have a good summer as far as music, but right now it's been kind of slow. Like none of the big names dropped yet. Uh, but yeah, I think the weekend, it was surprising to a lot of people that he actually going on tour. But you gotta kind of go on tour after you do the NFL halftime. I wonder how that's gonna be like as far as keeping people in. How many people we gonna have in the stadium? Cause he an arena artist. Like, so I don't know, man. We gonna.
Yeah, I didn't really like his performance though.
I I ain't want to say it, but it was kind of like it wasn't like we used to like for the Super Bowl. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't really like.
And I like the
Wasn't all that.
weekend. Like
I do too. I like
think
him
he
as an
good.
artist, but I didn't
Yeah.
really like the performance. I think the performance matters. I think that's a whole separate point of
Hmm.
like being an artist. It's creating a song, having the vocals, and it's actually performing it. So
They said he was up there like Richard Pryor.
yeah, you definitely had the
The
red on.
the glitter jacket. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, for sure. The haircut and everything.
yeah, it's a lot of memes that came out of. That was the best part. Like the memes that's coming out of the halftime. Oh man, hey, but we about to close that out. That's it. Before we leave, go to tevdesign.com. You can get your merch. You can get art. You can schedule an appointment to get a design for your business. So go to tevdesign.com. And remember, September, or where I'm at, February 10th. February 10th, we got a new drop. Be looking out on your news feed at 12 o'clock. We got a new drop. So go to tevdesign.com. And that's the show. I'm Ted, this PJ. We'll see y'all next week.